Hey everyone, welcome to Geeks for Geeks. I am Ishan Sharma, and in today's video, we'll be learning about a web development roadmap that you can take to become a full stack developer in 2021. Let's start with today's video. Now, I think it's important for you to start from level 0. And the first thing that you do is to actually learn about the web. How does the internet work? How does the World Wide Web actually work? A lot of you already know how it works. So I think it's important that you forget everything that you have learned previously, all of the misconceptions you have. You can just forget about it and start fresh from a fresh slate. Okay, so that's what you should be doing. First of all, understand what is SSL, understand what is HTTP protocol, understand what is domain name server, understand how can you buy a domain name, understand what is a front end, what is a back end. And now, once you have enough knowledge about these concepts, now you can move on and you can learn about front-end web development. This is what all the users of the website will be interacting with. So if you want to create an amazing front end, you have to start with this. First of all, you start with HTML5. Okay, HTML5 is hypertext markup language. It is basically the bones of your website. That is how you put in the basic elements of your website. If you want to maybe have like a heading, maybe you want to have like a paragraph, maybe you want to have like a form, a table, whatever you want to have in the page, that is how you put in that basic root level elements for your own website. And it's very simple to learn. It's not a programming language. And once you have learned about HTML5, then I think it would be great for you to move on and take a look at CSS3. Now, this is cascading style sheets. This is how you style your own website. This is how you put in the colors, put in the borders, justify everything. How does it appear on a complete website? That is what you do with the help of CSS3. Now, this is very important because your user will only use your website if it is proper and if it is easy for you to use. There is something called as UI and UX. Now, the UI part you can handle if you have good looking website. If you have a responsive website, that is what CSS3 allows you to do. It is very simple. You can learn about what is ID, you can learn about what are classes, and then you can learn about how to integrate IDs and classes into your HTML5 and then mention them in your CSS file and do some appropriate styling for them. And once you have learned that, you can move into learning about CSS animations. This is also really interesting. Take a look at it if you have the time. But once you have learned HTML and CSS, once you have knowledge of how to create great looking websites, then I think this is a great time for you to take a look at some CSS framework. CSS frameworks are basically code that is built on top of CSS that you don't need to write. You can just mention a class, and with that, you can have that styling enabled. A popular CSS framework would be Bootstrap. Now, Bootstrap, again, as I've said, is basically a lot of code that someone else has written for you. You can just mention its CDN into the HTML file that you have, and then you can reference the classes. For example, you can mention the container classes, or you can mention the card classes, the BTN button classes, the BTN secondary, BTN primary classes. Then you can learn about nav and how to create a nav bar. And so you can learn all of these things, and it is very simple for you to use. Okay, this is very simple. You don't need to write any kind of CSS code to actually implement that. Okay, so that's why I think Bootstrap is really amazing. And they recently came up with Bootstrap 5 also. This is a new version of Bootstrap, which basically enables you to implement gutters in between whatever elements you have. And then it also enables you to do things like margin top, margin bottom, 5, 1, 2, 3. You can mention things like that, and you can see that effect happening in your own website. Now, this is very much important. Take a look at it, and it is especially beneficial for developers who don't like to style their website, who are not so good at designing something. This would really be helpful for you. Then once you have learned about Bootstrap, CSS, and HTML, I think it's a great time for you to create projects. Again, understand that web development is a lot more about creating projects and not as much about learning all of the technologies that are available. Okay, you have to apply your learnings into creating something useful. So take a look at some responsive websites that you can create. It is very simple for you to just get started with Bootstrap, and you can create some really good websites. Now, one thing that you should not learn is jQuery. It is pretty much dead. You can try making websites with jQuery, but it's just not recommended. Okay, it is completely dead as of 2021. Moving on, let's take a look at the next thing that you should focus on, and that would be JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is where you will have the interactivity of the website. That is where someone can click on a button and there would be some sort of dynamic interaction between the website and the user. Now, this is very much important because Basically, with Bootstrap, CSS, and HTML, you can create some static websites, some static web pages. But when you use JavaScript, you convert your static website into a dynamic, interactive website for your users. And so if you want to do things like that, it's very much important for you to take a look at JavaScript. It's very much simple to learn in the beginning. Afterwards, it can get a little complicated, but just learn about how JavaScript works, what is async, await, learn about normal functions. You can learn about what is Axios, how does the HTTP library work. And once you have enough knowledge of JavaScript, you can start creating projects using vanilla JavaScript. That is simply JavaScript, some CSS, and HTML. Okay, this is very much powerful. And once you have created some projects with just JavaScript, when you have some proper understanding about how JavaScript works, you can then start taking a look at some frameworks. Okay, so there are multiple frameworks of JavaScript that enable you to write JavaScript code very simply. Okay, now there are multiple of them. There are React, which is a library actually, and then you also have Vue, you have Angular. Now these are the three most popular frameworks that are used. There's also something called a Svelte, but we won't talk about that right now. That's too much for a beginner. But take a look at React if you really want to get into the most trending, the most popular frameworks. And a lot of developers are actually hired for React development roles. Okay, a lot of the startups these days, they actually use React, and it's very much popular. So you can consider taking a look at React. Now, React is really amazing because it enables you to use and reuse the components that you are creating. Now, let me give you an example. If you want to create a website which has a home page and has some other pages as well, let's say it has a header at the top and a footer at the bottom, you can actually repeat that same code again in the other pages, but that would not be a good way to create something. It's not a good practice to keep repeating the same code that you're writing again and again. So that is why it's important that you create one component yourself and then reuse it again and again. Okay, so that is where React comes into picture. It is very simple to use. You can also take a look at props. You can pass some particular data using props into the functions, and you can create those components yourself. You can also use useState. You can have context APIs, and that just makes life a lot simple. And once you have learned React and React.js, or you can also learn about Vue or Angular, all of them basically work over the same principle of creating reusable components. Now, a benefit of learning Vue could actually be that it is not owned by other corporations. Companies like, Facebook owns React, and we know that Google owns Angular, but Vue is not owned by any corporation. So they are not under any kind of pressure from these companies. So I think that is also something that you can take a look at. Vue is simpler to learn than React. So there's that. You can choose whatever you want to go with. And once you have learned any of these three frameworks, preferably React or Vue, then we can actually move into learning about the backend. How is the backend created? Now, in this case, I'll be talking about the MERN stack. Now, this is the most popular full stack developer methodology in which they basically use MongoDB as a database. They use Express.js, then they use React, and then they use Node.js for the server. And that is what you need to do. If you go into backend, you can actually take a look at Node.js. This is why you can learn JavaScript, and then you can use the same learnings of JavaScript to create your own server in Node.js. Now, you can also take a look at Express.js, which is basically a Node.js framework, which makes it a lot more streamlined. It has some particular guidelines whenever you want to create some great Node.js applications. So things like routing, things like handling requests, all of these things are very easily managed using Express.js. And then let's take a look at the database. So for this case, we are using MongoDB. Now you can use other ones as well. You can use PostgreSQL. You can also take a look at MySQL. There are SQL databases, and then there are also NoSQL databases. It depends on what do you want to pick. Let's say you want to go with MongoDB. The benefit of using MongoDB is that it uses a document database model. It is not a relational table that you have in which you have some entries, but it is a very simple document database. Okay, so that's why I think it's very much beneficial for you to take a look at MongoDB. And there are certain use cases where it is very much useful, and then there are also some exceptions. Okay guys, so yeah, that's it. That is basically the MERN stack. This is what you can learn in 2021 and get yourself an internship, get yourself a job as well in some startups or in some top tech companies as well. So yeah, there you go. That is the full stack development roadmap. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And if you want to learn about these technologies, that can be HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, Node.js, Express.js, or MongoDB, you can take a look at the articles that we have on Geeks for Geeks itself, or you can also take a look at a lot of the courses that we have available. The links to that will also be in the description. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.